What's up, LeetCode? Today we're going to talk about question 217. And before we go on to 217, I just really want to quickly talk about hash maps. So what is a hash map? Hash maps are lists of keys and values. Again, I'll say that again since it's important. A hash map is a list of keys and values. And when we get to keys and values, these keys can be anything to integers, to strings, to anything else. But let's just say just for this sake, we have key 1 and value 2. If we have a key 1, basically, there can be only one key specifically, really. So you can think of it as this. If you have something like a treasure, right? So a treasure right here. Inside the treasure, you can have different types of treasure. Diamonds, gold, rubies, emeralds, anything valuable. But to open that treasure box, you only can have one key. And that's the reason for having a key, right? Okay, I will say it again. To open a treasure box, you will need a key. But there can be only one key, and that's the same for hash maps. So basically, if I put 1 as our key and 2 as our val, so we can't do anything now 1 or 3, something like this, because the keys overlap. So this is not possible. And I hope that is a good explanation. So if we keep going on, so basically the idea of hash maps is we have these basic, let's just say 2 for these lists of keys and vowels. If I just do 3 and 5, we're just going to keep on having these vowels here. Yeah, and this is just going to work out that way. And hash maps are really useful when counting certain vowels, right? Because we can all, as I said before, we can only have one specific key. But when we meet that key, this can be the value and this can be our counter, for example. So if we go to our question 217 and go to our example 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, right? We have our array, something like this. And if we have our hash map and we put val1 in as our key and our count, which is going to be 1. And we're going to put now since we finished counting 1, we're going to go over 2. So 2, again, our key is going to be 2 and the count is going to be 1. For 3, we're going to do the same thing. Key is going to be 3, count is going to be 1. However, as soon as we meet 1 again, we're going to overlap, right? And I said before, we cannot have something like this here again. So as soon as we hit this, we're going to return, in this case, true, because we're going to overlap. And anything else, we're going to return false. Return false. So hash maps are really good at these types of questions because they can count how much an occurrence happened in this case, because they can only have one key and a val associated with it, and the val in this case can be the counter basically. So if we do just another example, right, and explain hash maps really quickly. Hash maps again are something. Don't worry, I'll make the screen big. Are keys and vowels. So basically, this is what's happening. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is happening here? Okay, so hash maps, basically lists of keys and vowels. Okay, and there can be only what? One key, again. So there's going to be only one key. You can have different types of treasures, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, anything like that, iron. But you can only have one key that opens that treasure box. That's why it's called a key in the first place, and that's why it's called a hash map. So if you have key 1 and val like 3 associated with it, you cannot again have like key 1 and a val 2 in that hash map because this overlaps, right? So if we have an array, let's just say we have an array, something like 3, 1, 2, 5, and at the end, let's just say we have 1 again. If we go over this whole array, we're gonna put 3 and 1 counter in our hash map, basically. We're gonna do the same. This is our key. I'm just gonna color it red. And again, we're gonna put 1 in and counter 1. We're gonna put 2 in and counter 1. We're gonna put 5 in and the counter is 1, right? And until this, everything looks pretty okay. We're not having any exceptions, any duplicates. But as soon as we go get 1 right, we're gonna put 1 again. But the problem is, as I told you before, in hash maps, we cannot have a key. So instead of 1, we have to increment this, which is the problem. So as soon as we hit sorry, let's just do another color since that might be kind of hard to understand. As soon as we hit a key that we already have in our hash map, we're gonna return true. Okay, guys. And if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment. We are back. Let's talk about question 217. Okay, in hash map, we basically had to do like hash map and declare what type of vowels we're gonna put in. So in our case, we're gonna put integers, right? But you can't put like int here. It has to be the object case, so integer, right? Always put the object case. Let's just put our name as x1. It's a new hash map. This is how we create our hash map. So for int I equals 0, I smaller than nums.length, we're gonna I plus plus. And for every time we hit, we're just gonna put everything in our hash map. X1 if x dot contains key, and this is going to be our return true statement. Basically, when we find our key, for example, if we win 1, we don't have a 1 in our hash map, so we're good. And 2 and 3 goes the same, but if we do 1 again, then suddenly we come to a realization we already have 1 in our hash map, which we're gonna then return true, right? So nums I, and you want to put spaces between here because of industrial standards, and else we're gonna return, no, not return, we're gonna put everything in. So it's gonna be x1 dot put, let's just say our nums I here, so because we want to put our nums I as the key, and 1 here, which is going to be our count, basically, or val, in other words. And yeah, so if this works out, if we just have unique values like 1, 2, 3, 4, it's never going to hit here because we're never going to hit x1 that contains key nums I. Because for 1, there's going to be only 1, 1, 2, that's going to be only 1, 2, 3, that's going to be only 1, 3, and 4 goes as the same. However, if we do something like this, it's going to hit this statement because we already have contains key nums I, and we're going to return true. And after this, we are going to return false right here. Return false. As I said, return true. And here, everything looks good. Let's just check one more time. Yeah, everything looks good. Let's try to run it. And it works perfectly. Guys, that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment. Thank you so much.